Wow.
All right. Welcome back to Fresh Off the Clock. Third time.
Literally, it doesn't matter how easy we try to make this on ourselves. First, ring light broke. Second, weren't recording. Each time got like 7 minutes in. It's okay because you know what?
It's fine.
We're living.
Everything's fine.
We're living.
We're good to go now. Nothing else is gonna happen. This has batteries.
Yeah,
We're good.
We're just polishing up on our little intros and stuff like that. Obviously, we just wanted to practice.
We have a new intro though because we have big news.
Our first
sponsor.
Our first sponsor. So exciting. Thank you too.
First class athletics, and we love them. Oh, in Ohio. Make sure you look up Ohio because I know someone pulls up Michigan. In Ohio, first class athletics.
Yeah, so
we love
excited.
Lizzie. We love her gym. We love everything. I teach yoga there.
It's very exciting. We love it. It's amazing. So cute.
It is.
And she is now, or the gym First Class Athletics is now a longtime sponsor.
Our OG sponsor.
Oh my gosh, the first sponsor of the podcast, guys. Like, we joke around about it, but here we are. We made it. It's official.
We made it.
We made it. But anyway, guys, today, I don't know if you could tell, Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. This is our Valentine's Day episode. Today, we're talking about all things love and relationships.
Got the questions.
Little cute, little fun, little spicy, spunky, you know.
We got some top questions about love from Google.
Yeah. We looked those
formulated questions from Abby and I.
It's pretty exciting. Yes. We love to talk about love.
We love love.
We love love.
We love Valentine's Day. It's so much fun.
It is. It's just super cute. Do you like Valentine's Day as a holiday in general?
I do. I used to not because I think other people around me had bad attitude. They're like, why is there just one more thing to celebrate?
Yeah.
I don't need to celebrate it. But I'm like, it is one more thing to celebrate. Like, I love loving on people. And especially in a relationship, I think it's so much fun.
I know. And it's like one of the cutest aesthetics of a holiday.
I agree.
Like, it's so cute. Red's my favorite color. So it's all like cutesy.
I just remember I would get cute notes and the little Valentine's Day cards.
I know. Those are so cute. When I was going to school, every year we made like little Valentine's Day boxes and we always give each other Valentine's Day.
Isn't that adorable?
Little things.
It's cute.
Little Valentine's. It's so cute. We love Valentine's Day. So anyway, we're just going to hop right in. Start with some questions, you know. It's going to be exciting.
First one. What are your top 2 love languages?
So I was kind of saying this when we were trying to record the first time. I haven't like taken a love language like test in forever. Like I don't know, but if I had to guess, it would definitely be gift giving.
As your top?
I've
stepped into it.
For sure.
Now that I have money. Now
that
I have money, I'm like,
too.
Oh my gosh, I think I've always thought of people or like I've seen something, I'm like, oh my gosh, they would like that.
That's the thing too, is I also think like gift giving can be like you crafting something for someone, because I feel like there's so much heart and love that goes into like crafting stuff like that, and making gifts. So I love like to sit down and like curate a little box or a little basket and like pick out like, I don't know, the Target dollar section.
Gosh,
when you step foot into Target, you're just stepping foot
their
into
Valentine's Day stuff is cute.
I know. It's just it's just so fun. I love gift giving. And then I think, do you want to do your top one and then I'll come back for my second?
My top one is definitely physical touch. That's always been it. It's always just, I love that you didn't even touch me.
I know. I didn't feel like reaching.
But that's always been my top one.
Yeah.
Hugs. And I love it.
And kiss. It's cute. I don't think that's one of mine. Like tops. I think it's probably like top 5 because I love like stuff like that. But
I think there are only 5 love languages.
Okay. Well, it might be top 3.
Okay.
It's probably my 3rd.
I need to read the book. I want to read. There's a book.
Oh, really?
About the love languages.
Yeah, I'd like to read that too. So, I think my second one is probably quality time. I love quality time. Just you spending time with me makes me infinitely more happy.
Right.
Or just even like a phone call. That kind of like, you give me that attention focusing on each other.
I'm torn between quality time, because that's what I would say, physical touch and quality time.
Yeah.
But then I'm also gift giving. Like,
I know. Also, we have like the same
tied.
like theories kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just probably different levels.
But yeah.
Because your Christmas gift for Ty was so gift giving.
I have literally, like, this past 2 years, as soon as I got enough money to actually spend on people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I used to make little things. I used to write notes. I love writing notes for people and making them cards. That's always something I've done. Mm-hmm. But I love getting stuff for people and gift baskets. Like,
I know, it's so fun.
It is. It just makes me so happy to see other people happy.
I love it.
But yeah, that's it.
I'm just looking at this. Okay.
All right. This was a Googled one, and people would say, is romantic love the most important?
Yeah, isn't that such an interesting question? I thought that was really interesting when we saw that. I don't think so at all.
Really?
No. I think, I don't know, you could argue that all of the love is, you know, all the same importance. But I think, I don't know, romantic love, it's just not as important to me. First of all, I'm not in a relationship. So
I'm dating.
And she's dating. So I think we'll have different opinions. But I think the love that you have for like just the people around you in general, I think for your love for just people in general is definitely the most important in my opinion. Obviously, like, religious. So your love for the Lord and all that, like.
Right, but then I feel like some people might argue the Lord has kind of a romantic love.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I can see that for sure.
So I guess it's kind of just what you classify it as.
Yeah, it almost like depends on who's asking the question.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard one. I just think when I think of when we get to heaven, it's nobody's gonna be married, you know? And so it's like we do have that like it's almost like this romantic, but it's not like romantic as in like that, you know, superficial romance. It's like the intimacy, like
I want to marry you, da da da.
Yeah, like it's the romance of like it's the intimacy and like the just like soul tie,
right?
Like soulmate type of
which love. I mean, because neither of us are married.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to, I'm sure that mimics how Christ loves us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And even my boyfriend, when I think of, if I had to explain him, he has a very Christ-like love. He's very patient, very kind. Like, he is just, even when, like, he wanted to date me, him in high school was a little bit, I was working through a lot. And bro was like, I know what I want, but I'm going to let you figure it out. And I'm going to be over here and in pursuit of your heart, but I'm gonna let you figure out yourself.
That's such a great example to set too.
But
I love that.
So I guess it just
depends.
Like, it just depends on what you think of as romantic love.
Yeah.
Because when I think of romantic love, I'm thinking like with another person.
Right.
But then if you're in love with the right person, it should mimic Christ-like love. And you should be loving everybody like Christ loves.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so
it's a really interesting question, though.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a good question.
It is a good question.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't know. See, I think I watched a podcast before where they asked this question. I wish I could remember like their answers because it's just like it is such an interesting thing. Like, it's so interesting. I think I don't know. Do you answer? I don't know. I think I might have to piggyback off of what you're saying because I just like it's so hard.
Okay, again, it goes to what kind of love? Because I think that you can look at somebody and be like, oh my gosh, I love the way they look. I love who that person looks like they would be.
Yeah. I also think, that's a good point. But I also think like, when you guys are like both like love the Lord, just like when you see people and you just see the Lord in them, you're like, I literally love you. Because that's how I got one of my best friends now is I was a youth leader at my church, and I had just started going, and I was a youth leader, and I was seeing this girl. She was still a student. I was seeing this girl, and she's like literally 1 year younger than me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just like love her. I just know I love her. She's just so funny, and she's so amazing. And one day I was like, Monica, I just think you are amazing, and you're so funny. We have to be friends. Literally best, like inseparable best friends to this day. That's
so sweet.
Like 2 or 3 years ago. And it's just like when you see Christ in people and you just like this feeling just bubbles up in you, it makes me smile thinking about it. Like it just bubbles up in you and you're like, I love that person. Now romantically, I don't really know. I just feel like anyone, I don't know, because I'm not with anyone that I'm not with anyone period, but I've never been with anyone where I'm like, this is long term, like
I don't know. I want to say yes. I want to
brother in Christ.
We should just leave it in. Just leave it in.
Guys, this is unreal. Yeah, we're leaving this in. The goofiest moment
This
ever.
Is what keeps happening to us.
And
we don't understand why.
We don't get it.
We can't fix it. Okay.
Guys, we're back. Lamp overheating, keeps breaking.
We figured out a solution, so it's fine.
Hopefully.
We were talking about, do you believe in love at first sight?
Yeah.
And I want to say, yes, I think that you can love somebody, not to like super deep love, but I think you'd be like, oh my gosh, I love that person. Because
I think it's yes.
Tyler does not remember this, but I remember this because this is why I want to say yes, is because I was in 8th grade in history class and somebody was sitting in the middle. Did I ever say history class? I did say that. But I was tipping my chair back, and then he said something funny. The whole class laughs. He tips his chair back, looks over at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Like, this man is hilarious. Like,
this man is so funny.
That was 8th grade Emma, and so I want to say yes. I think that people can fall in love.
Love at first sight is definitely, it might be a thing for some people. It might not be a thing for some other people. That's probably like what it is, because some people like grow to love each other through friendship or whatever. I just
and that's what I'm saying is like, it's not going to be a deep love.
Right.
Like,
but
you can see somebody and be like,
I love you.
I think it's a potential. Yeah. Like if you open your heart enough, you could see potential love in everybody.
If you open your heart and you open up your wallets, just kidding.
Show me your credit score, actually.
Yeah. Anyway.
We're moving on. What makes a friendship or relationship healthy?
That is just such a loaded question.
It is a loaded question, but
I feel like there are like a million different answers for it.
Okay, top 3.
Top
three like
things that make
healthy
relationships in any circumstance. Just a healthy relationship, period, with anybody. I think communication, so big. I think communication is huge for everybody all the time. 2, I don't know. Let's bounce back and forth.
Well, mine was going to be communication, but then I'm adding on to it, and I'm just going to do my second one immediately after. Mine is communication, because I think it's super important to communicate with somebody, whether it's friendships or relationships. I think it's so important to be on the same page, and even if you're not on the same page, communicating that you both understand you're not on the same page.
Yeah. Say it once, say it again.
So then my next one after that is I saw somebody say, communication is important, but comprehension is key. And I sat with that. I just took a moment and I was like, I'm going to sit with that.
That's a good one.
And that's good. I was just, the more I thought about it, I completely agree, because I can communicate with you all I want to. I can say, Abby, I need you to do this. Abby, this bugs me. Abby, da-da-da-da-da-da. But if you're not comprehending and you're not,
that's good.
I can communicate until I'm blue in the face. Is that the thing?
I think that's the same. I know when you said that, you gave me like this look.
I second guessed myself.
I think you're right.
Immediately. But I think it's important to comprehend, not only like have other people comprehend, but working on comprehending what people are communicating with you.
Yeah.
Or that's good. For myself, me. I want to understand when people are talking to me.
Yeah. That's really good.
And I've been working on that because when people talk to me, sometimes I'm just
yep,
completely different headspace in one ear, out the other.
Yeah.
So that would be my second one. Is my first one communication, second one comprehension.
Yeah, that's so good. I love it. Probably mutual respect. Is like a good one. I think when you get into a relationship or you get into a friendship and there's like this feeling of like, oh, but I do a little bit more than you, so you need to give me that praise.
When competition creeps in, that just
competition can creep in so bad. It's like, oh, well, my job is a little bit higher paying, like we're not on the same level. Like, okay,
this is my money.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, I know. Yeah. So I think just the mutual respect, no comparison, really. Comparison, the thief of joy, is what they say. So I believe it. I think you just have to have that mutual respect, good communication, and Jesus. And
Facts.
Those are my answers.
Healthy relationship, third one would be communication, comprehension. To a certain level, I think you to have a healthy relationship need to believe the same things and kind of be on the same page with that, because I know it's really pushed and people are all about I can be friends with everybody. Yes, I think that you can be friends with somebody who doesn't believe exactly what we believe. That's fine. I have some of those friends. It's fine.
Yeah,
but
that's normal.
To have
a romantic
relationship, I'm like, you need to
it's
be
really
on
hard.
the same
I've
page.
actually been getting like a ton of these TikToks recently that have been like and I'm not gonna
like split
faith or split political beliefs, and I think it's definitely so normal to have like some differing political beliefs, like not minor ones, but like a little bit of difference in that. I think that is super normal. But to be like practicing a completely different religion as the person that I'm married to or dating, not gonna happen. That seems like that is like literally setting you up for failure.
I think it sets you up for resentment to creep in.
Yes, it sets you up for resentment for that person, and then that faith or that religion or that practice.
I mean, I would understand friendships.
Yes, friendships.
That's totally different. But if I am married to somebody, I am sharing my entire life with you, and we don't even have a same core belief.
Yeah, I know.
That's a core belief.
Yeah, because I can't imagine I don't know. Because when I think about for myself, I'm a Christian and I have that relationship with the Lord, and so when I think about if I'm dating someone who doesn't believe, is an atheist, I have friends that are atheists,
It's different. It's a different when it's friendship.
But when it's a romantic relationship, I just can't fathom that, because what if I'm like, okay, I don't know, I just lost a family member. I'm going to be I will be talking to the Lord about that. I will be praying, but you're not going to be able to console me, because I'm like, okay, well, this person's in heaven, but you're going to be like, no, they're not.
Right. They're actually getting reincarnated right now.
You're going to be like, that's not a thing. And you think that's going to make me feel better? No. Because I read that book.
And maybe people make it work. But to each their own, I guess, at that point.
I think people are currently making that work. But do we really have anyone that's been in a long, long-term relationship talking about that?
Let us know.
I've not seen it. Let me know, because I would
slide up on that
love to know.
Spotify Q&A.
I want to see
Share your story.
Yeah, seriously. Share your testimony about that one. Yeah.
It's definitely interesting. For a dating relationship going into marriage, I think working out family differences, being raised completely different.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Yeah.
That's
big. And people don't I feel like you see so many people talking about that right after they get married. They're like, I didn't realize this, or my husband was raised like this, so I didn't even realize he was going to be like that. And I'm like, wow, that's just I don't know. For me, I'm the kind of person that's we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about that. And it's hard to cover all your bases, obviously, but
I think that's a big base that is easily missed, especially if you don't date long before you're getting married. Mm-hmm. We're going on 4 years, Tyler and I, and that's something that we still talk, we still kind of go back and forth on, because it's not even we we were both raised different. We both have different families. We have different structures. Everything is different.
Yeah.
Neither one is bad. But it's
different
to work through when you're in a relationship with somebody and trying to make it work for just you two. It's like,
yeah, it's so interesting.
Why are you not understanding what I'm doing right now?
What are you not getting?
I mean, even coming down to how we load the dishwasher. I went, what are you doing? He said, I'm doing it. I'm putting my bowls on the bottom. And I was like,
you guys put your bowls on the top?
Yeah.
I've never put
We put all our plates on the bottom.
Yeah.
Because we have big plates. But again, it's because we had so many kids in my family.
No, that's valid.
All of our plates filled the bottom, so we put bowls on top and then cups on the sides.
Yeah.
But even stuff like that, I think how you load your dishwasher, it's just funny how it pops
just
up.
The little minor differences. Yeah. That's so interesting.
I think that's a big thing that going into a relationship we got to figure out is family differences.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a fuzz. Okay. What's the next one?
All right. Moving on. If you had a child, what's the first thing you would teach them about love?
Do you want to go first? You work with kids all day. I feel like you have a good answer for this. There's fuzz on my microphone.
That's kind of tricky. Mouth. I should have thought about this a little bit.
I can go first if you like. But
I guess I'm trying to think of the first thing. Because the first thing that comes to my mind is that verse in 1 Corinthians 13, love is patient, love is kind. That's what I think about. When I think of love, that's what I think of.
Love is kind, love does not boast.
Yeah. So
that's a great verse.
I used to write that verse down all the time. It was like I would think about it every single day because that's what I want to embody and that's what I think about.
It was the cover of my first Bible, I think.
I love that verse, and that is what I want to teach my kids about love, is that whole verse: patience, kindness, no envy. That's a hard one to teach
love
kids.
Does not envy. Yeah, I know that is really hard for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they see something and they want it.
Yeah, they see something. They see someone having something that they want, and it's like, well.
Yeah. I think envy goes unnoticed in a lot of Christian people's lives, and I think it's like
that is so real. Sorry,
I
think about that a lot.
I'm judging people for it. I've noticed it myself. I'm like,
exactly.
When the pastor was talking about something, and he was like, envy, jealousy, and I was like,
no,
I feel
it's
like
so
that
real.
goes unnoticed.
It does. It goes so unnoticed. Yeah.
I mean, even in my own life, sometimes I'm like,
I know. Like, I'm not saying like that's so real by like the perspective of I'm looking at other people. I'm saying that's so real because when I look in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, get your heart in check.
It goes unnoticed because I guess it's almost normalized.
It is. It gets so normalized. But
that and gossip. I think that's
we're just like we're derailing.
We're off, but
it's true.
Valid.
It's so real.
We have extra time.
Yeah. But yes, I think that's really good.
Yeah. So that verse is what I want to teach my kids, and what I want to embody. I think that's so important. Yeah. Being a kind, decent human being.
Yeah, that's so good.
What's yours?
I think mine is probably to obviously love like Jesus loved. That every person, and I mean this when I say it, I do believe every person deserves love. I think they really do. At the end of the day, I think you've always deserved, when you were born, you deserved love. And a lot of times when people turn out the way they turn out, when I'm saying, sorry, a lot of words coming out of my mouth. When I'm saying everyone deserves love, you're like, okay, well, what about that person that murdered this person? They deserved love as a child, and they probably didn't get it, and that's why they are the way they are. They have always deserved love, but something happened along the way, and it didn't get communicated. So I think to love everybody, to love like Jesus, and that verse that you talked about is so good.
I think that's valid in saying you can love everybody. Also, love comes with boundaries. So if you're, like you said, if someone murders somebody, like, you have consequences, but I still love you, but you're still going to have to do your consequences.
Yes, exactly. Because everyone, I feel like, we're like, okay, well, I love you, so the stuff that you're doing wrong, I'm just going to be like, boof.
Right.
No, because when I love you, that means that love is still hard, and love still has trials, and love loves you enough to say something that, like, if I see you doing something that I know you're going to regret later, like, I'm going to say it because I love you enough to say the hard things.
Right.
Love is the hard conversations.
Right.
That's the truth.
Well, and even I think what immediately just came to mind was my situation today. The little boy I watch, he was just having a hard day. He not feeling very good, but he was just having lots of emotions. Yeah. And so I took him upstairs.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you're gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
And I explained some stuff to him, and he apologized. He said, I'm sorry for this. And I said, I forgive you. I looked at him and said, I forgive you. We're still going to take a nap. Yeah. Because I know that this is what you need, and this will prevent you from having to say you're sorry about other stuff because you just need a nap.
It's so true. It's like, I
still love you.
Yeah, I love you and I forgive you, but it doesn't make what you did okay.
Right. And I know the solution.
Yeah, I love you enough to do the hard things.
Right.
To tell you it's time for a nap.
It's nap time, buddy. It's hard for you. I get it. You still want to play. But, not the Stanley.
Not the lead-filled Stanley. Yeah. But
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question.
Next question is 5 boxes.
5?
They need to check before you start dating.
That's a lot of boxes.
I asked you that.
I just feel like in the moment, I was like 5. Yeah.
You said, yeah, that sounds good.
So easy. 5 boxes. Loves the Lord.
That's what mine was. With the same first box.
Perfect.
Wow.
It's because, love the big man upstairs. So loves the Lord. Wants to have kids one day.
That's a valid point.
Yeah, because if you're not sitting down and talking about that and that person doesn't want to have kids and you want to have kids, it's just not looking.
Again, same core beliefs. That's a core that's a core value.
Belief. 3rd, probably a good work ethic. That was
my second one.
It's okay. We can
we'll just go. You just go and then I'll say mine. We can have the same ones.
It's okay if we share them. It's like valid stuff. I see some mascara in your eye. Just saying.
Well, that's what I'm trying to dig out of my eye right now.
That's why I just don't want you to think like you're digging for nothing that's there. I saw it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So yes.
Let's go blind.
Loves the Lord. Good work ethic. What was the other one I said?
Well, your second one was wants to have kids.
Same value when it comes to kids, wanting kids. And then probably another one is, I don't know. There's just so many things. Oh, it's just like a polite, like kind person, obviously. I mean, that's a good one. This is like one thing that people are like, they put on their ick list or something, like not nice to service.
I was going to say, that's what I thought
to just like the working people of America, your waitresses and your waiters. If you are rude to them, like actually, please don't talk to me. Just kidding. But like, it actually is the biggest ick. So
it's so uncomfy.
I know. I can't fathom being rude to someone who is literally trying to get through their 9 to 5.
Right.
Because I am that person. I've been that person. I probably will be that person more later in life. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah.
I love that.
Just kind to the people.
Yeah. That a generous person.
Oh my gosh, I know. Generosity.
I love it. Because Tyler is the person. You know how when Taco Bell has a drive-through thing and we're like, do you want to round up for some scholarship? Like, who knows where your money goes? Right. He rounds up every time. Does not say no. And I'm just like,
it's sweet.
That's so cute.
That is so kind.
It's just so nice.
They appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, I feel it. I just love being generous. I love being generous, and I love generous people. I think it's attractive. I really do think it's attractive.
Yeah.
I don't know how many that is. You say some.
Okay. Mine was loves the Lord. That's obviously genuinely.
It is like the biggest.
I would say good with finances. I think that's big.
That's so good.
Like
that's a good
how
one.
If I'm looking at you and you're not very good with your money, like I don't want to date you. But I would say good with finances.
She said you're out of here.
You're done. I'm an adult now. We gotta make adult decisions. True.
Like just like responsible with money, responsible in general. Good with kids.
Valid. Good with kids. Responsible is a good one. I think we've just made our collective list together.
Yeah, I think that's what it ended up being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good, decent human being.
I think we just in our minds, we just made like a really nice person. Really,
we have the best person ever made right now. Just no imperfections, nothing.
Sorry, I'm looking for someone that's actually perfect. Oh,
oh, that's funny.
Just joking with you. So. Next question. We'll move on.
We don't have any more questions.
We don't have any more?
No, we were kind of playing. I have Christ-like love with a heart next to it.
What is it?
That's my last thing.
But what's it say?
Christ-like love.
Oh, with a heart next to it? Mm-hmm. Very cute. Okay, well, what would you like to talk about? I think we have time, right? We definitely have time.
I just have something in my eye.
Oh.
Next episode, I'm going to have an eye patch or something.
Next episode, you might not see Emma's eye. So what can we talk about then?
Why don't we jump into finances a little bit?
Oh, okay.
I know that's not Valentine's Day, but someone asked me,
yeah,
could you do like a financial
little Q&A like about finances?
Yeah. Someone did ask me, not on Spotify questions, whatever
but
that
in person.
Is. But in person, someone said, wow, I think you could talk about finances as a young adult.
That's so good. Segue? Okay, segue.
So we can talk about that.
Yeah.
That addresses one of our listeners' questions.
Yes.
But
we love when you ask questions. Ask more questions.
Please, we're begging you.
I am begging. I'm on my hands and knees currently. I know it doesn't look like it. I am. I'm begging. So, finances.
As a young adult
is just like, it's crazy because everyone is just in a different boat and it's so wild.
I think your family plays a huge part into your finances as you're growing up because the way I was raised, we had birthday gifts. We had a few Christmas gifts, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I appreciate every single gift I ever got, and I still do. I still don't get like a ton of presents.
Quality over quantity, for sure.
I love to be thought of. I love the gifts. I do, but we got necessities. Yeah. And outside of birthday, Christmas, like little gifts, things like that.
Yeah.
You saved your money, and if you wanted something, you bought it with your own money. Yeah. And if it was gone, it was gone. Like, you had to work to get more. Right. And I loved having chores because we didn't make a whole bunch of money off chores because they're obviously...
Did you have an allowance as a kid?
We had... our chore chart was kind of just, like, split into... We had responsibilities, and we had kind of, like, extra jobs that would make money.
Yeah.
Like, and those were kind of, like... You do them,
right?
But I think that's huge to kids because if you tell your kids, "I'm going to pay you for all these things that are responsibilities," your child's going to be raised and get to their 20s. Who's paying me to clean my room?
Yeah, really.
Who's going to pay me to do my laundry?
Over that $25.
But we had jobs that we could get paid for.
Yeah, we never because. I basically grew up in a house by myself. I had like siblings, but they're all way older than me. So to me, I remember being in my house with just me and my parents more than I do with my siblings just because they are so much older than me. And so for me, we didn't have like a chart or anything because it was like they're older in their life. Like, we used to have a cleaning chart. That got nixed. So my parents are older. So not that they got lazy, but they didn't have enough energy to do all that crap for me. So,
girl,
what?
We had Excel sheets
for the cleaning.
We had a binder.
Well, it's because you had and
you each had your own flippin' Excel sheet. You put your name in there.
I do
color coordinated.
I would help
everything. We had to weed the driveway or gravel driveway. Gravel. But I'm just like every single day.
Every single day.
Every day.
Okay, we're getting off track. Let me keep talking about this.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. No, I didn't have an allowance. I actually didn't know that was a thing until like later in life. I was like, wait, kids are just getting paid?
Getting paid?
They're just getting paid to be here?
But again, why are you getting paid for responsibilities?
I don't know. I still don't understand what an allowance is. So Yeah. Like, I just remember because I'd watch Full House as a kid. And because I was obsessed with Full House. And just like one day, Danny Tanner was like, DJ, here's your allowance for being an extra good girl this week. And I was like, and she's getting paid each week? She's making bands for that? No, not me. Not me, girl. So, but I would get paid if I was like, hey, Mom, do you want me to clean this out? Like, clean out your dresser and like clean out all this. Like, I was like,
extra work.
Yeah, just finding odd jobs to do. And then they'd be like, here's a couple bucks. And I'm like, this is everything. And then we both babysat a ton.
Yeah, me and you?
As kids, we babysat.
I was like 11.
We were literally like 10 and 11.
How I had 7. I was watching 7 kids in my house.
I know. Someone needed to talk about this.
Was my mom home?
No, that's the thing.
I was just raising kids.
Emma and I were out here raising kids. Like, somebody needs to talk about that. When we went to church at the same church together, we literally were the main babysitters for this church. This church was not small. It wasn't. And its children's ministry was not small. But when they would have their little life groups and their small groups, you know who would be pulling up? Our mom drops us off. We're like, we're about to pull up.
We were good babysitters.
We were great at it.
And my brother-in-law, I actually was talking to my brother-in-law about this. And he was like, one, you were really tall for your age and you never acted your age.
Yeah,
you seemed way much older.
You know,
so
not
much
to
older.
Brag,
so
but we were those kids.
Maybe they didn't actually know how old we were.
I don't think. There's no way they ever knew how old we actually were. But we were those kids where people were like, you're just so mature for your
so
age.
responsible.
You're so mature and so responsible. And that was us. And we were watching all of your guys' kids. And they were always in great hands. Like, I literally remember I would babysit for this family. Like, I don't know if it was weekly, but it was like pretty frequently. And there were 4 kids. They have 4 kids. And one of the youngest was like such a cutie, but she was always screaming and shouting. I love her to death. She was so sweet. I literally loved doing it.
She's so loud.
And I had this thing where I would print off like coloring sheets for them, and I would bring like prizes and games, and it was like my little thing. And I'd show up and everyone's like, all the kids were like, what's in your fun bag this week? What's in your fun bag this week? And it was like the highlight of my life, and I was literally probably 12.
We were
it's like probably maybe 15.
Hopefully the IRS does not hear this, because we were rolling. We were rolling up those bands when we were freaking like 12.
No, literally we were making big. It's just like, go off.
But I do think that's because we just were expected to work for money.
Yes, exactly.
And we wanted to do it, and we didn't have any.
We literally didn't we make flyers for our church at one point where we were like,
I don't remember
either, but I remember at least talking about it, like, because we said we need to make bands.
I think we were just genuinely good at it.
We've always been entrepreneurs too. We have always been chasing that.
Oh my gosh, we were like probably 8. We would go down to the next neighborhood. Yeah. We were selling paper bags that we stapled together.
I'm not joking. Emma came over to my house for like a week straight, and I was like, okay, I've got this business idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 pieces of paper, staple them together, and then cut up other pieces of paper, make handles. It's gonna be a bag,
and we would decorate them.
We'd use we had like stickers, but they were like foam stickers, and we color on them, and the business was named Beautiful Bags. And we would take my little red wagon, load them up, and
we would walk down the street to the next neighborhood,
to a cul-de-sac in the neighborhoods by my house, and we literally would sell them for $1, door to door.
We couldn't even read. We didn't even see the no solicitor sign. We can't read it, actually.
Sorry.
We are just selling our bags.
I can't sound that one out yet.
And people would buy them.
Yes, we made
literally when we were so young.
We were so young. And this is just, we've been passionate about that coin, I guess.
I guess.
I am kind of passionate about money. Not like I'm obsessed with it, but I'm passionate about being responsible with it, and just like we've just kind of been career driven. We're entrepreneurs.
Love to work.
I do love to work.
Genuinely.
I think, and I do. I really like working.
Through high school, I had 3 jobs constantly going.
That's crazy.
I worked as a lifeguard, a swim teacher at the same place, but 2 separate jobs. Lifeguard, swim teacher. I babysat and I house sat.
Yeah.
And I worked at a coffee shop.
Yeah, I know.
At one time, I did all of those.
I know, it's crazy.
And I did swim.
That's really wild.
I literally don't know how I was alive in high school.
Well,
but I think it's...
You were struggling for a minute. You were like, dead.
But I saved up a lot of money in high school, and I saved it. That's the thing, is I saved it. And so next point, we're moving on. We were ballers when we were young. Ballers and saved a lot of money.
We had to talk about it.
I wish someone taught me how to invest it. I still have money, but like now I'm getting into, okay, how do I invest this? What do I do with this? Where do I spread this out? And I wish someone would teach me that.
Do you need someone to teach you that?
Yeah.
Okay. Genuinely. Come on over.
Do you invest your money?
I've started recently investing my money. It is such an interesting avenue. Because
do you do it on an app or something? Do you control everything? Or do you have... I want somebody they know what they're doing.
Yes. Okay. So what you actually need to do is you need to come over and sit down and talk to my brother when I talk to my brother. We used to call weekly to talk about investing money because he does option trading and not like buying stocks and investing like that. And so it's just like a crazy world, and just like how my brother is so good at it. He could have quit his job by now to do it as his full-time job. The way people do this is actually insane to me. But yeah, I've started to get into it a little bit. I want to do it more. I haven't done it in a while actually. But it's really interesting. And when I did do it, but I was talking to my brother about it because he's just great at it. He's always been a money math guy. And so we would like talk on the phone, and he's like, okay, Abby, like, what do you think you want to be doing with these options trading? And it's like, it's a whole other world than like stocks and stuff. It's crazy. And at one point he was like, okay, Abby, you're just going to use my money. So in case you lose it, he's like, just use my money.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know. It's because he has it.
It's because he's smart with it.
He's smart with it. So he has that extra dough on the side that he let me play with. Okay. So we're like, he's like, okay, like do what you think would be right here, and I'll give it like little tips and stuff. And I was like trading the options and choosing when I need to sell or whatever. And literally I made $500. I doubled his cash, and then I never saw that, but whatever. Just kidding. But yeah, it's such an interesting world.
I love that
and stuff like that. It's wild.
Yeah, that's my next step, and then after that I'd probably do real estate. I'd love to have I have been talking to my boss about it actually a lot. I probably know a little bit more about real estate than I do actually like investing in like stocks and all that kind of stuff. Bro. But that is a huge goal of mine, is to have a few properties.
It was actually such a huge goal of mine to get into that earlier last year, like 2023. I have my friends are like, they do it all the time. They amaze me. They are the same age as me. How these people are literally they're flipping, selling, or renting. They have rental properties.
Yeah, that's a huge goal of mine.
I know it's such a huge goal of mine. And so sorry about this. We were at a bridal shower. Literally, I'm sitting there talking to my friend like this. She's opening her presents, and I'm like, and I'm sitting here talking to my friend like, okay, I need your help, like, and it was like it's so interesting. It really, and it's just like so. I don't know. It makes me feel like I know. It's so cute. It makes me feel like a big girl. Yeah. And it's fun. And I actually I genuinely enjoy that. We should get into some rental properties together.
I'd totally do it.
And I think it's going to be good if I kind of want to just, okay, I'm sorry, a little off the topic. I just want to when I move to Texas, I think I'm just going to stay there. And I think I'm just going to get properties there. You know how bumping that state is constantly just getting more people. Constantly. It's like Florida. It's nuts. Anyway, yes. Real estate.
That's how I feel about Arizona.
Hey,
but
close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a huge thing. And I also think that your family and how you grew up plays a huge part into it. And
we got so off just finances. We were okay, well, listen.
I'm trying to rein everything in.
She's reining in it.
Ouch. But I think a huge part of it is whether people like to work or not. I wouldn't.
Work ethic is so
that's something that's taught.
It is taught. Is that your stomach? I think it's taught, and I don't know. People just don't want to work these days.
People just don't want to work.
People really, no, like, all jokes aside, people really don't want to work these days. And I get it. I mean, I do get it, because guess what? There's social media as like a full-time job for a lot of people. But I couldn't do that.
I know a teacher, and she said it's very sad to see how many kids, like, they took a poll of, what do you want to be when you grow up? A TikToker.
A YouTuber.
A TikToker.
I know.
That's a whole new job category.
That's wild. And
a TikToker.
It's almost like, I don't want to discriminate it. Discriminate against that, because, you know, they are rolling in it. Like, they literally are making bank. But it's like,
what happens
when the internet is
crashes?
Guys, we know the internet is not going to be around like this forever. Like, people talk about it all the time. We all know it's not the most sustainable thing. And I, like, literally every YouTuber that I've watched, or like, I've watched them since I feel like I never find new content creators to follow. I have been watching them since I was younger. And it's like, now we're all old. Like, as a demographic, I'm old. They're old too. And they're like, how long am I going to be able to do this? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. How long are you going to be making YouTube videos? And then, I don't know. It's just like, not sustainable.
Doesn't go away? People who need to live in houses.
Literally.
That's why I'm trying to get, like, it's a very valid point.
It is so valid.
And
I know. And I was talking about this with my friend today. Actually, I went to lunch with my friend, and her family member is like getting a master's degree in like some like library stuff. And, you know, if that's your passion, that's awesome. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, where libraries are already on the out, and I think they're awesome. I really do. I love the library.
On the out?
Oh, I think book reading is on the in right now, but I think libraries are kind of on the out, because, you know, people are getting their Kindles. People are digitally reading.
But here's the thing, is you can, if you have a library card, you can put your library card on your Kindle. So then you don't have to pay for a subscription.
You can?
Yeah. You can borrow books on your Kindle.
But that's the thing, it's still digital. So that's still less people going into libraries. And also, like, I don't know.
Make libraries on the in.
Bring libraries back.
Make libraries great again.
See, I love the library, but I'm just like I sit back and I think about it. I'm like, other than on college campuses, and I don't know. I feel like they're probably on the out, but
anyway, I don't know where that was going.
Yeah.
But
what an interesting scenario.
Okay, let's do budget tips really quick, and then we'll wrap it up.
Sorry, guys. This is an interesting Valentine's Day.
Do you have any budgeting tips? What's your top 2 budgeting tips as a 20-year-old?
You're going to have to go first, because I'm going to have to think about this.
Mine would be, do not take money out of your savings account for a big purchase unless you've thought about it for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I try not to take any money out of my savings account at all. Mm-hmm. And then unless I'm buying like tickets or stuff like that I've thought about, and I know, okay, I don't have this in my checking, I'm going to take it out of this, but I've thought about it. And then my second would be little subscriptions to things add up.
Oh.
And keep a handle on, especially like people do in-app purchases and stuff like that. And just like, oh my gosh, it's only like $1 a month. But then when you have $50 subscriptions, that's $50 a month. Literally. So little subscriptions do add up.
Yeah.
And
good.
I try to keep a rein on what I'm spending each month and actually looking.
Yeah, making sure you're keeping like, okay, this is something, okay, as somebody who has been a manager and an employee at a business for nearly 5 years now, guys, I get it. Like, you know, you're making money. Look at your paychecks. Literally, I cannot stand this.
People don't look at their paychecks.
No, they just see, they're like, okay, well, we get paid and you get paid. But you need to be looking at your paychecks, and because as a manager, I noticed like people would not look at their paychecks, would not realize when they get bonuses, and then be like, we never get bonuses. Guys, you get bonuses. You just have never looked at your paycheck like intentively. And so for me, it's like you need to be looking at your paycheck and making sure like you are understanding what's going into it.
That's baffling.
I know. Shocking, right? And so understanding what you're going into it, I think one of my budgeting things is 20% each paycheck, 20% savings, 10% charity or tithe is what I meant. Yeah, tithing, or if you're not into that, whatever, charity. So for me, that's like when I look at my paycheck, that's what I do. And the rest can be in checking because that is what my bills come out of, obviously, and like all that stuff.
Know how much you're spending each month.
Know how much you're spending. Yes, please.
Keep track.
Because last year, I'm not even going to lie. Last year, I got really lazy and I just started subscribing to stuff that I wanted to watch. I was like, I'm going to get this. I looked at the end of the day, I looked and I was like, there's no way I'm paying this much in subscriptions. I now pay $0. I pay, I think, maybe $15 a month in subscriptions.
The only subscription I have is Spotify.
Yeah.
And I pay for storage on my phone.
Yeah, I know. I pay for cloud storage or whatever.
But that's valid. I want to keep all my pictures. Exactly. I also don't watch TV, so I don't have any streaming services that I pay for.
Yeah.
It's just
I
not
pay
my
for
thing.
2 streaming services.
I just lied. I just got another one. I'm sorry. I just paid for a whole year of Audible. So I technically
you did?
Mm-hmm. I figured out I love it.
Love Audible.
So I paid #sponsor Audible.
#sponsor, please.
So I did, but I didn't subscribe because it's not taking it. I just paid it all in 1 month. Oh,
yeah, like one a year. I know that's what I do. I have like. I know it's what I do too, because I have a subscription to an editing software, but that to me is like not, because it's like not monthly, it's an annual one,
right?
And so for me, I'm like, okay, well, I use this if not daily, like by like
you can use it things that you're gonna use, yeah. But if you're just it gets mindless sometimes.
Yeah, so I just think budgeting wise, I think you need to be paying attention to what your paycheck is and what your paycheck consists of. And then, and
having the discipline to stick to a budget, because budgeting, people are like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's really not that difficult.
It's not.
It's just a lack of discipline.
Yeah, you have to know, or you have to be able to say no, like, or be like, okay, guys, like, I will go with you, but don't get weirded out when I'm not getting anything. Or, yeah, I'll go with you. But if you know shopping is like a temptation for you to spend money, you need to have the guts or whatever to say no. But if you know you cannot go shopping with this person without buying anything.
Here's another thing. Sorry.
Yep, go ahead.
If you like to shop, set yourself aside money to shop with. And that's it.
Because on my
it's okay. You can buy stuff, but give yourself a limit and stick to that.
Yeah.
Because you still can shop.
Yeah, seriously. And it honestly, guys, mobile banking is so easy it opened up a whole new world for you. Because when I was first getting into bank accounts, you had to go into the bank to start every single bank account you wanted to start.
That's why I saved so much money. It's because I hated the bank and I didn't want to take any money out. And I was just,
exactly. Because when you're 16 or 15 or 16, you can get a bank account, but you have to go in and you have to, every time you want to set up a bank account, you have to go in and you have to do it. And you have to talk to a teller and you have to go into one of the secret rooms and talk. And it's like so stressful. But online banking is literally so simple, and you can open a bank account from your phone now. Because I opened up a secondary savings on my phone, and that's what I put in for, like, if I know I'm going to have expenses, I'm going to want to, or a trip coming up, I'm going to put money for that trip in that account, and then that's what I'm going to be using. Mm-hmm. And I'm not, instead of racking up credit cards and, I have a credit overdrawing my account.
But, again, self-discipline. It's not free money.
Yeah.
And I only buy gas and when I go out to eat with it.
Yep.
I only use it for certain things.
And then you pay it off right away?
I pay it off each month.
Yep.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm not making a minimum payment. I'm paying the whole thing off. Yeah. And actually, when you look at it, a lot of wealthy people use debt to their advantage.
Yeah.
And I think some of the Dave Ramsey stuff, fantastic. But some of the big things that you can't really avoid, like your house, you're gonna have to get a loan for your house.
Right.
You're gonna be in debt for certain things, and it's not detrimental. And I think that that's something that's not as taught, is sometimes you can use debt to your advantage, especially in the real estate place. But that's a tricky thing. But I've been learning more about that, and it's pretty interesting.
Are you listening to a Dave Ramsey book right now?
No,
I am.
Dave Ramsey, I did in high school we had a financial classes. It was all Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, me too.
But I started Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh yeah.
But
I've never read that. That's not Dave Ramsey though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I've never done that one. But I was actually talking to my friend about Dave Ramsey like a couple days ago. I think he has so much good stuff to say. But I also think he's low-key out of touch. Like, I really do.
I agree with you.
I think he's low-key really out of touch with just, like, normal people. And, like, he can be so blunt where I'm like, oh, I don't know if you're helping.
Well, like I said, I think
people you are.
I think that he was kind of definitely more geared to, if you're in extreme debt and you cannot get out of it, do the Dave Ramsey. But I'm not.
Yeah,
exactly. I didn't start. And he's like, well, you need to invest all this money. Da, 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 da.
I know. And people
you're doing it wrong.
People are calling in and he's like, and you're dumb and you're stupid. And I can't believe you did that, you freaking idiot. Sandwich. And I'm like, okay, Dave. Okay.
All right, Dave.
I don't know how to see Jesus in that one.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, reel it in.
All right. Maybe we should reel it in.
On that note, really good.
Happy Valentine's Day.
She said we're cold cutting.
We're done. We gotta stop at some point. Just yapping. Happy Valentine's Day. We are so thankful again for our new sponsor.
Yes,
we will see you next week.
We will see you next week. We love you. Bye.
Bye.